Yeah, wagwan people. Welcome back to 24 Africa. Karibuni tena sana, karibuni tena sana na sana. You guys are so very much welcome to Africa 24. If you're watching for the very first time, hii ni mara yako ya kwanza, you are watching Africa 24. Feel welcomed, karibu tena sana, and we appreciate you. And if you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, karibuni tena sana to yet another amazing football show lined up for you. As you can see there in my lower third, this is the Premier League post-match analysis which has happened this weekend. And to the delight of most football fans this weekend, most of the big six sides have won. Newcastle won 2-0 to Nottingham Forest, and Chelsea also won against Liverpool 2-1, courtesy of Willian Estevao and Caicedo scoring one of the goals of the season. And also Manchester United got a very vital win for them, which pushes them to 10th in the league by being able to beat Sunderland 2-0, keeping a clean sheet. And Lamens did well on his debut. And as it stands, United might feel like they have found a goalkeeper for the meantime to be able to to help them with their back line. And also we saw Arsenal got a win against West Ham. Bukayo Saka is back on the scoring sheet, and there's a lot that has happened. Barcelona imefungwa today 4-1 away to Sevilla, and today is the funny thing about Barcelona's loss to Sevilla today is that Sevilla have only won once 2025 in their home ground. So today they got their second win by beating Barcelona, and also Real Madrid got also a win. So a lot has happened even in the local league here. Today Shabana drew against Tusker FC. Shabana is still top of the table, and Osa Rangers drew 2-2 with FC Leopards, and it's worrying times for the FC Leopards because their club hasn't been doing so well in terms of winning games. So there are many things that the fans are angry about at FC Leopards because they feel that it is not where they want it to be. But either way, a lot has happened in the footballing world, and we are here to analyze it vile ambavyo imefanyika. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. You guys are very much welcome to Afrique 24. And without wasting much time, let us begin by yesterday's game, the early kickoff. We had Tottenham versus Leeds. It was a good game to watch. A kickoff that didn't disappoint, and what I saw from the game is that Leeds are doing quite well. Leeds is a big side in terms of no, let me not say Leeds are a big side, but let me say Leeds wamejipanga in terms of how they set up their structure. Because if I saw in the first like 10-20 minutes, their style of play like yani wame implement very fast. So unapata their ball movements from the defense to the midfield to the attacking, you can see that here the players are really buying into the coach's philosophy. Because and a shout out to the guy Noah Okafor, former AC Milan player, also former Napoli player. Noah Okafor, I think he hasn't gotten to show what he can do so much at Milan and Napoli, but I think now at Leeds, is the guy is elevating himself. But anyway, let me also welcome hapo mzee Kelong mwenyewe. Kelong, karibu sana kwa show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Good evening. How you doing?
Niko poa sana Kelong. I know today umekuja na furaha. Last week nayo ilikuwa ni huzuni, lakini leo ni furaha.
Furaha kama kawaida. Ah, Sio furaha dho ya kubahatisha. Ni kwamba sisi timu kubwa tumecheza vizuri tukashinda.
Okay, asante sana Kelong, na umekuja kama ndio nilikuwa nimeanza na game za Saturdays. I was discussing the Leeds versus Tottenham game that happened 2:30 early kickoff, and I think along mimi I've watched a couple of game ya Leeds, and for me I feel like Leeds ni side yenye wanajielewa in terms of how they are playing, but I don't understand how yesterday they didn't get 3 points at home to Spurs, because Spurs were a bit flashy. There were times walikuwa wacheza poa, there are times that they were playing terribly, but let me say the hii game ya Thomas Frank bado ija sink in vizuri, but Kudus got a very good goal yenye iliwawezesha kushinda. So Kelong, what do you think of the Leeds versus Tottenham game at the kickoff?
Uh, to be honest, I never watched it. Najua kukuwa na game moja kali hii weekend, so that's the only game I watched. Hizo zingine wenye walishinda, wenye walishindwa, congratulations or whatever. But the important match ni yetu. This is just by the way, I never watched the game, but I watched the highlights. As you said, I really thought Leeds are playing well. They looked compact, but I think Kudus clinicality iliweza kuwanyang'anya the 3 points. Maybe they deserved a draw or something. Yeah, but they look a well-drilled team, and surprisingly, the teams that are coming off from the championship are a bit well. I think the only team that is struggling a bit is Burnley, but Leeds and Sunderland si wabaya sana. They can stay um, kwa the Premier League hii season. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the two teams, the Leeds game.
Yeah, okay, asante sana, and let me also welcome 22 Jalala. Jalala, karibu sana. Najua huko ndio ni masaa ya kurauka.
Wapi tuko afternoon sahii tuko saa 9 jioni.
Ngori.
Tumesha watch magame but shukran, niko ready for the show.
Karibu sana Jalala. Naona nilikuwa nilikuwa nauliza hapa Kelong juu ya nini inaitwaje, Leeds versus Tottenham. Nilikuwa nasema kwani Jalala, mbona nini inaitwaje, why do you think Leeds didn't get the victory? Because from the few games zenye nimeona, I think Leeds ni wase wenye yani in terms of how they are playing, they set themselves up very well, na ball movement yao iko sawa from defense to midfield. Naona they look very threatening, but kidogo on the weekend they didn't get a win at home, so it was their first loss in their stadium in 2025. So
Yes.
shida ni gani hapo jana imefanyikia Leeds?
Sidhani kuna shida, nadhani tu Tottenham walikuwa na more quality, naweza sema, in their team, na walikuwa more resilient kwa hiyo game. So na Thomas Frank at the end of the day nilikuwa nasema ni pragmatic manager, ni defensive kidogo, na najua kuset up team pia vizuri defensively. They don't team zake haziconcedingi as much as many goals, so obviously going away from home lazima pia watakuwa very solid in the defense na watakuwa difficult kubeat. So nadhani tu ilikuwa a tough challenge, a tough ask for Leeds on that day, na yeah, maybe on another day wange come off with a draw, but yeah, Tottenham waliweza ku pull it off.
Okay, asante sana Jarala, and also yani hiyo that day kulikuwa there were a lot of games. I think most of the games zimechezwa on the big ones zimechezwa on Saturday, except from the City
Yeah.
Brentford, and 5 p.m. Kenyan time we also had Arsenal, hiyo team ya kina Curtis. Curtis is not there to defend hiyo side yao ya Arsenal, but they got a 2-0 victory against West Ham, and West Ham wako new manager Nuno Espirito, and the good thing about Nuno which is different from Potter, ni Nuno is not receiving the fine margins, the 5, the 6, hizo the big goals. So literally, I don't know whether you guys watch the game, because me nilipata glimpses the United versus Sunderland, nilikuwa fuatilia bet. So I don't know whether Kellogg, you watched the game ya Arsenal.
Na pia hiyo siku watch hatukuwa tu na game moja kubwa as I said. Eh, siku watch but I watched the highlights later. I think it was Zubamendi who made the difference for them.
Mm.
Yeah.
So and
What's up?
then by the still Kelong and on that before, sorry to cut you short. Curtis ameshinda hapa akituambiambia about Zubimendi. Nikuulize Kelong, if you are to rate the top five best nini DMs in the league, where would you put Zubimendi?
Not really. We just came the other day. Hajacheza hata match 15 matches ndo nimrate. It's definitely kucheza one game isipe kiburi watu wa Arsenali, one or two games. Unajua watu wa Arsenali they are one of the deluded fans in the world. I thought Manchester United were deluded until I met crazy Arsenal fans. Zubamendi is not okay. He played well, but put him in that conversations of being the best in the league is outrageous. So for me, he just played a nice game, created some chances for Arsenal, and they took the chances and they scored. And the penalty kick they walipata. Yeah, that's it. That's what I saw. I saw just the highlights of the game. Didn't bother myself to watch the full game.
Okay, Kelong, and still on that Kelong, nini inaitwaje? Tumeona Nuno Espirito Santo did well in Nottingham Forest, particularly last season. He stormed the Premier League in a way in which we never expected to see from Nottingham Forest, and we also know him from his heroics that he did at Wolverhampton some few years ago. And right now, he has been tasked with a very difficult job to try and revive West Ham waweze kurudi at least somewhere where we knew them, like let's say 4 5 years ago, ile time yenye walikuwa Jesse Lingard. West Ham was fire in the Premier League, and they also got to win the Conference League. No, was it the Conference or Europa? I think the Conference. And saizi Nuno Espirito ako na kazi kubwa sana to be able to try and do something with the West Ham. So Kelong, what do you anticipate?
I think no Espirito Santo is a good coach, and we've seen him perform in the Premier League through Wolverhampton. He made Nottingham Forest qualify for Europa League, right?
Yeah.
And he's he's an experienced coach. Knows what the Premier League needs. Knows how to set teams to not consider a lot of goals and to hurt other teams during uh, counter attacks. So for me, I think he has just arrived. I think he's been there 2 or 3 weeks. He has not had enough time with the players to put his coaching ideas or philosophies to the players. So maybe uh, the international break will help him a bit. Will give him something like a pre-season. But with no doubt, I think he has whatever it takes to pull West Ham out of the mire. And in a few weeks' time, we'll see West Ham start improving. It's not like Graham Potter, where you play horribly and he will come and say the players did their best, gave everything. Remember Graham Potter ikiwa Chelsea tunachapwa, au jamaa anakuja akisema the boys gave everything. I think no, the other side is a hard coach, uh, likes to show his ideas, likes to put out his opinions on players, telling them to play better. So within no time, West Ham will there is a uh, will will be out of the mire, and they will avoid the relegation because that looks like what they're destined for with Graham Potter on there. as their coach. But now they have hopes of improving and finishing well above relegation. Then maybe next season, Nuno, especially if he's still there, will make them at least above top 10.
Okay, asante sana hapo mzee Kilong. And mzee Kilong, you're very critical about Graham Potter. And but wacha nikurudishe back kidogo before you give Jalala a chance. Before hapo signing for Chelsea, I think Graham Potter did well at Brighton. And considering from, I think I don't remember when he joined, but hapo from the period hapo 2020 to 21, 22 hapo before signing for Chelsea. The guy alikuwa anafanya poa hapo at Brighton before signing for Chelsea. Then after signing for Chelsea, all of a sudden, Graham Potter, we never saw the best out of him. So what went wrong for him? Because at Brighton, the guy alikuwa anafanya poa sana. Kelong.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yep. For me, I don't know what really went wrong because, but I think of how he looks so timid. He doesn't have much authority just by looks. You can see how a coach when he talks to the press. Uh, I think when he loses the dressing room or when he's not that strict, so footballing ideas might not be well really to the players. So I think that's the reason. I'm not sure, but that is not world class, of course. He's just a mid-level coach, and for me, I don't think any top team will ever hire him again. If so, they are not a serious team. If you hire Potter, I think he's more of a business, a sporting director or something. He would fit in that role, not a coach.
Asante sana mzee Kelong. So let's twende hapo kwa Jalal. Jalal, what can you anticipate of Nuno Espirito's time in West Ham? Because wenyewe West Ham, they are in a crisis.
I think West Ham. I don't know. I don't know what happened in West Ham. We've seen the last few years of Moyes, it wasn't going too well, and then they had Potter in there. He couldn't change things. I don't know. But I think Nuno is a better coach. I think Nuno is better than both of them, and I think he's going to do well. I think he'll do well in West Ham. I just think he needs a little bit of time to be able to put his more on the team. So he can be able to lay out his plans. And how he wants to play, so the players can understand. But I think he'll need a little bit of time. But if he can make it throughout this season, I mean, not even this season, I'll say till December. If he can get some points up on the board till Christmas, I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be fine for the rest of the season. I think West Ham need to be at least around number 10, the Conference League. I mean, that's Declan Rice level. So, yeah. So, nadhani West Ham watarudi back to where they are or where they used to be. Na nadhani Nuno atafanya poa. Nadhani ye ni mcoach mwingine pia nasemanga ni defensive pia kidogo. Si coach mwenye anapenda kuataki hivyo, ama si ati itakuwa timu yenye wanakufunga bao mingi, lakini nadhani watakuwa pragmatic na watakuwa defensive na very hard to beat. Na vile ukiangalia tena hiyo pitch ya West Ham vile mafans wanakuanga mbali na grao, vile mafans wanakuwa mbali na grao, hiyo team wakikuwa solid defensively itakuwa game ngumu sana kwenda huko West Ham. But nadhani Nuno atafanya poa. Nadhani ata improve your team. Wako na quality, wako na kina Paqueta, Bowen, wako na Somerville. Nadhani West Ham watakuwa sawa. Hiyo quality kiasi wako nayo kwa hiyo team itaweza kumake it. Sidhani ni team itaenda relegation. I don't see it, but Nuno atafanya fiti huko.
Okay, asante sana Jalal, and without wasting time, let me welcome Boni mwenye ana promote Betika kwa show. Karibu sana Boni.
Muulize swali ama?
I'm welcoming you first.
Mimi niko safi.
Okay, karibu sana. Umekaa kama tulikuwa tunaongelea juu ya the West Ham versus Arsenal game, and tulikuwa tuna anticipate what can Nuno Espirito do different from the likes of David Moyes and Graham Potter to improve West Ham.
Kuna sioni effect yoyote. West Ham iliuza wachezaji wazuri, so hata pale West Ham watangangana pia, lakini we wish him all the best. Ni kocha mzuri, tuliona ikiwa Wolves, ikiwa Nottingham Forest, although walisumbuana na huyo kocha, huyo manager, huyo owner wa Nottingham Forest, kocha mzuri.
Na pia alikuwa Tottenham.
Okay, asante sana Boni. Let me also welcome Curtis, karibu sana. Wenda hata uliwatch game ya Arsenal ulikuja utuambie.
What do you want me to tell you about Arsenal game?
So you tell us the analysis because no one here watched.
It lies.
Ndio kweli, hakuna mtu hapa aliwatch. Jalala uliwatch?
Isn't it lies?
Niliona highlights.
Unasikia hata same thing na Kelong na Boni na mimi na Berinjau. Sasa ni wewe tu ndio uliona utuambie.
Ajua wiki kulikuwa game moja kali. Hizo
Kuna
game
player
zingine
mwenye
others.
Jalala amemention. Somerville. He's actually, he has quality. Alitesa nani kiasi jana kwa hiyo match. I think he was against Timber. I can't remember the position. Yeah, he was against Timber. But actually that game, West Ham actually they played well. They actually played well. It's just the mentality too, or the big team experience. That's how Arsenal pulled off. But had it been, if they were facing any other team too, let's say Man U ama Chelsea, mngepigwa. But
Hello, tungepigwa aje tuliwanyosha tano.
lazima uchokoze kiasi.
How dare you say that? Tuliwapiga bao tano.
Walifungia nani sana our striker wetu by the way anateseka. One game he's really good, the next anakaliwa. Yesterday he wasn't. Yeah, yesterday he wasn't at his best.
Lukaku is even better.
Says hata mtete. Jana
He
tucheza
scores
vizuri.
against Leeds. Hakuna umsaidi like against a decent team.
No, he played well against Newcastle.
Justin Bieber.
Wongo Curtis, which one did he play against Newcastle? The guy cannot even control the ball.
He couldn't control the ball. Yes, he couldn't control the ball. Yes, that's true. But the physicality that comes with Newcastle, he was able to contain that.
What's the essence of you matching the physicality, Curtis, if you cannot use it to your strengths to try and even
but as you can see, his first touch is bad.
Terrible.
But as you can see, his first touch is terrible. So
Lukaku
so is he a good player?
He's a good player. He just hasn't settled in.
Until when? When are we waiting for you to settle in?
What do you mean until when? Sesko aliteseka for like 6 games straight. Right now he's almost having the same.
Sesko amefunga.
And then you become a good player.
Aliteseka for like 6 games straight. Kuna mwenye anaenda kugonga 10 by the way. Kuna mwenye anaenda kugonga 10.
Msijaribu kuweka Sesko kwa hiyo mix.
But anyway,
Transport
Kari-
tamtetea mpaka akuje form.
Yeah, like no, but if a player is out of form, it's same way too. Unajua, like it's same way venye iko.
I'm sure Arsenal cannot wait for Kai Havertz to get back so that
For
Gyökeres
sure. Me
will be
personally,
relegated to the bench.
for
That's
sure,
for
if
sure.
Harvard comes back, ooh, we still gonna be okay. But anyway, as long as there is a clear to what the wingers can score. You know, Arsenal goals really don't have to come from a striker. Anyone can score at Arsenal, and anyone can win the game. So that's like atujeka exetu zote kwa Gyökeres. However, he's the talisman. He should be producing. There's no excuse for that. But
no,
all
it's
in
not the
all, we still got
talisman,
the three.
Curtis. It's not the
Huh?
talisman. The talisman is still Saka.
It's fine, but we wanted a striker, so now we are hoping on him more than Saka. We're not really like at Saka the kind of pressure that we had when we didn't have a striker. Right now, the pressure is on Gyökeres more than it would be on Saka. It's his job to score goals. Saka
But
is
Yeah,
there.
but this is Saka's team though.
Yeah, it's both of their team, and they're both required to produce
Yeah,
numbers or to like
Joker is a new player.
So it's like hata jana by the way kulikuwa an argument. People were like, why did Gyökeres give the penalty to Saka? Like
yeah, I saw that the people were arguing that Gyökeres did the goal, so maybe it could give him a
boost
little
him.
bit of confidence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but Saka when he's in the team, he's the first penalty taker, so there's that.
Okay, wadau, mimi niko kazi, hata kazi imeingia. I'll have to go. I'll be popping in and out. So,
Haina
All
shida
right.
Curtis.
uh,
Karibu sana. Ukuje na usikose kuleta hiyo siasa yako ya Zubimendi. Saizi ndio kila mtu wako hapa. So if you have anything to say about Zubimendi, ndio hii panel. Hakuna story ya group. Hapa sasa ni live hapa debate. But anyway,
sawa.
acha nikaribishe Merinjao. Merinjao,
Bye.
karibu sana. Unmute mic yako, you say hi.
Asante sana. Thank you for having me. And as you saw, Manchester won. We won a 2-0. And
Oh, they
tulikuwa
won.
tuna face Sunderland. And we won,
Oh,
and
you
we won a
playing which team?
2-0. I think
Which team?
ile timu ya nania ya Granit Xhaka.
Hiyo ndio yenye
That
Boni
one.
ana support.
Yani tulichapa Arsenal. In better times tulichapa Arsenal. But looking at the game, analyzing the game as a panelist, I would say that Manchester played well. Honestly, tulicheza vizuri. Hopefully even though tutacheza the next matches, but if we don't, Amorim must go. He must go. Because he must go.
Now, by the way, question on that Merinjao. Are you guys right now playing well ama tu ni venye ni Sunderland? Ama you guys hapo mmepata some form ama ni Sunderland?
Honestly, I would say that hatueleweki, hata si hatujielewi. Sisi kama mashabiki ndio sisi tunaumia, hatuelewi because we have to save the face of nani, we have to save the face of Ruben Amorim. But I'm hoping that putting in mind that we came in with a new goalkeeper, I'm hoping that we'll do better because I think he's a good one. He's a good one for us. And I'm hoping that venye tulicheza hiyo form venye tulicheza nao venye tulicheza against Sunderland, I hope that's the form that tutacheza now. I think so far so good. I would say so far so good, but well,
So are you
ni kubaya
confident going
bado.
to Anfield? Uko confident kwenda
No,
Anfield
I'm
after
not.
that win?
No, I'm not.
Why
I'm
not?
not.
Now,
Honestly,
saizi
I'm not.
Liverpool are in the mud. They lost to the world champions.
Honestly, me being a football fan from I don't know when, ukiangalia venye Manchester tumekuwa tukicheza in the past form, especially under the Sir Alex Ferguson, looking at how we used to play and how we are playing right now, you feel like it's a joke for Manchester, honestly, because it's not the form that we had. Si ile Manchester tulikuwa tunajua. Hii ni Manchester ingine. And looking at how we are playing against venye tumecheza the recent games, and looking at now, it's tough. I don't think we are ready facing a big team, honestly.
Well, Okay, asante sana Mirinjao. Let me also give General wa Sunderland atupatie maoni yake kuhusu hiyo game. Boni, unaonaje game ya Sunderland na Manu?
I'm still in shock because of Man United winning against us. I think that was the biggest mistake that our coach did yesterday for allowing Manchester United to win. But we know those are
Ati
weak.
shock.
It is my time to
Shock
talk.
ya nini wewe jamani?
United, please. So I'm saying those players from Man United, they are very weak. We pressed, but unfortunately they won. But what we want to say is that Manchester United did not just improve with their performance when they play against us. They just used their chances and they won. But we did not feel their heaviness when it comes to the gameplay, footwork. They are a very weak team. I think they are not going to win another match. That was just by luck, and they are going to be relegated. Winning against us yesterday was a big shock, actually, because we won 3 games in a row. So why would Manchester United win against us? So I was shocked again. But we allowed them to win because they have been really crying when it comes to performance. But we gave them those 3 points. Next time, we are not going to allow them to win. They are a very weak team, and we hate Manchester United. The enemy is Man United and poverty.
Wow, just wow. Ati? Wow. Ati the enemy is who again?
Manchester United, poverty, alafu addition unaongeza Man City hapo. They just used money to manipulate the other players from different leagues. Money cannot buy
But you know, at
happiness.
least,
Money cannot
but you
buy
know,
trophies.
Bonnie, at least when you're big because you can't keep up thinking about Manchester United. That we're always
Who
rotating
is
in your
big?
mind.
Who is big?
Manchester United. Because
What show
you
is
keep
that
on
big?
thinking about us.
No. I
Bado
was trying.
mnatufikiria.
I was giving my analysis because you defeated us yesterday. You know, I'm a big Sunderland supporter. So winning against us, then I just concluded that the enemy is Manchester United, poverty, and then you add Man City because they use money to buy players and to
Okay.
corrupt the FA.
At least when you're big. And we agree we are big. We can't even we can't even compete on that. We are big. That's
Big
why you keep
losers.
on keeping
That's true. Big losers. You're big losers. That's I can give that.
ouch.
Yes, big
Mm.
losers. We
Ouch.
can agree big losers because Brentford they won. You are almost being
Brentford
clobbered
lost.
by Burnley, so we know you are big losers.
But imagine you're competing against a Manchester that is struggling, and you Chelsea people are 1 point ahead of us. Make it make sense to me how a Chelsea that is on form is 1 point ahead of a Manchester that is struggling. Please make it make sense to me.
We know
Are we
Manchester United
Hiyo
has
acha
are
been
we ahead
let
or not?
acha
Are
tupatie
we
Kelong a respond. Kelong ndo mtu wa Chelsea. Kelong,
are
how
we
do you respond to that?
are we ahead or not? That's the point.
You
1
are
point,
ahead,
10
Tatai.
point. We are ahead.
Go
So
ahead with
why don't you
1
just shut up
point.
until you pass us?
No,
Why don't you
no.
zip it up until
No,
you're above us? Until then,
imagine
I
me as a
cannot
Manchester.
debate
Imagine me
someone
as a
below
Manchester
me.
United. I'm struggling. Imagine me as a Manchester United. I'm struggling, and nimekubali. I'm struggling.
Yes, who
Why are you
cares about
struggling
your
and you have the
struggles?
best players, the likes of Benjamin Sesko and Bruno Fernandes? You bought top players. Why are you struggling? You have Belmo.
But
You is not struggling
But those
because
are
but
not
you
the
are
best
struggling
players,
here.
Bonnie.
No,
sijapata
no.
form.
But they spent.
Sijapata form.
Unangojea
But
nini?
honestly, a
You
world
want
champion,
Jesus
whatever you're calling yourself.
Jesus Christ
Ngoja
to come
Kelong.
against that
Whatever you're calling
you
yourself,
get.
I don't know world champion. I don't. Kelong.
We are not we are
Ati
not
you're calling
calling
yourself a world
ourselves.
champion,
We
whatever
are
you're
the world
calling yourself.
champions.
But no, listen, Tata, you're world champion. Nakubali.
Thank you very
But
much.
imagine unakuja
Then
na form ya world champion. Bado unakuja uconform, like you have the players you need, you have the people who need to score. But mimi who is struggling with a coach who I don't know whatever form he's using, me who is struggling with players who don't even know whatever form the coach is using, and you're just 1 point ahead of me. Make
Is
it
that
make
my
sense to
problem?
me.
Is that my problem?
No, make it make sense to me. Make it make
No,
sense to me.
And it doesn't have to
does
make
not care
sense
about the
to
team.
you.
No, make it make sense to me.
We don't care about the team struggling, please. The team is not struggling.
But let me respond to what Merinjao is saying. Merinjao, you have said that Man United, has, with all these problems, you are 1 point behind Chelsea. And I think the part which Merinjao omit is that Chelsea has a lot of injuries, and the star man, Cole Palmer is out. Don't forget, Chelsea never had a pre-season coming into to the new season because of playing the CWC. And Chelsea is still bado ni club tu yenye inaji it's developing. It's not yet at the point to compete for kitu kama the title, but in some competitions kama Champions League, Club World Cup ni nini hizo, because it just needs the team to turn up and win, so hizo Chelsea can compete. So but kwa ligi still bado Chelsea kuna some few issues, and kama uliona hiyo game ya Liverpool Chelsea, hiyo backline at some point backline ilikuwa ni James and Hato, and that
Only
is
fullback.
when everyone is fit, it's hard to see a backline ya James na Hato because James mwenyewe hata is injury prone.
You don't have to reason out with Manchester United fan. Just tell them to improve, and they are struggling is none of our business.
Yes, we don't
Let
care.
them struggle. We don't
just
care.
tell them Premier League does not care.
We don't
Premier
care.
League
You're
does not care
struggling.
about
You are not
that is
struggling.
what
That you are
What we
you are team
need.
that you are a team that is fighting relegation. Please don't talk to the world champions.
Which
Simple.
one? Which one? Which one? And you are just
Simple.
1 point ahead of us. Which
Simple.
one? Show me which relegation you are going to. Please show
Last,
me.
last season, you struggled to cross the 40 point mark until the last
Alafu
game of the season.
imagine Kelong.
I don't
Me and you
have
can
you.
agree that Manchester Kelong, me and you can agree that Manchester is struggling, but imagine we beat you.
You
Like we
beat
have so
us
many
really?
problems, but Chelsea ain't one of them. Imagine, ain't one of them. We
Yeah.
have so many problems, but Chelsea ain't one of them.
You beat us by sheer luck. That is because
No!
we were 10 men in the
What
field.
a luck!
Hey, the
What
Premier
a
League does
luck!
not care.
What a luck! What a luck! Whether we won squarely, the thing is,
Oni
we
amesema
beat
aje, the
you.
Premier League does not care.
Exactly.
Yeah, but none the same.
Hiyo mpaka imeguza
Nonetheless.
fan wa Sunderland kwa roho.
Nonetheless, I can't debate with somebody in relegation battle. Please spare me the
Which
energy.
relegation? And you're just 1 point ahead of us. Which one?
Are we ahead or not?
With 1 point.
Thank you
One,
very
just
much.
one.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Imagine,
very much.
Hello.
1
We
point,
just need
0 point,
one match.
10
We
points.
just
I
need
don't care.
one match. We
Good
just
luck.
need one match.
Get it then come talk to me.
Exactly. Now we get it
In
and
the-
we'll come beat you and to our Peter.
In the
Because-
meantime, let me chat a Sunderland
least-
fan, as they are above me. Those are the people who can talk to me.
Ouch.
I can consider a Man City fan.
Sunderland is below Chelsea. Sunderland is position 9.
Not really. Sunderland is how many points?
Position 9.
Oh, they are 8
Sunderland is
points.
position 9. Timu iko juu ya Chelsea ni kama Palace, City, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Liverpool.
Oh yeah. Kumbe hata Sunderland pia kidogo Boni sasa kuongea na wewe pia. But anyway, why are we wasting time? Let's talk about the big match of the weekend. Then I go sleep, man.
Yeah, okay. So before that, wacha kwanza tupatie Jalala comment juu ya game ya Manu na Sunderland.
Yeah, nilikuwa nadhani Sunderland watafanya something, but at the end of the day, hizi team ndogo huwezi expect anything from them. Wamekutana na a big team. I guess they shit their pants. They didn't have any ideas. Hawakuwa na ideas hapo. Sikuona any quality kwa hiyo team ya Sunderland, considering Manu si ati ni team unaweza hata ogopa, so nilikuwa na expect at least hata Sunderland hata watoke na bao, lakini Yeah, they didn't have anything. Hawakuwa na any weapons. Hawakuwa na nothing. So yeah, Sunderland ni Sunderland at the end of the day. We can't expect anything from them. Na Manu, hiyo game hawezi angalia kama ni game ati wanaweza take anything from it juu naweza sema hiyo ni routine win. Na yeah, points on the board for them at least. Amorim leaves to fight another day, so wacha tuone kama ataendelea kubaki hapo, waendelee kuenda chini ama kama atafanya anything this season, but yeah, hopefully abaki.
Okay, asante sana Jalala, and this is the moment which everyone has been waiting for. Kwanza sana sana watu wa Chelsea, and the big game on the weekend hapo Stamford Bridge, and for the first time Kelong, not for the first time, for the first time in a long time since 2014, Chelsea have beaten Liverpool in back-to-back games, which shows how Chelsea beating Liverpool ni ngumu, imekuwa ngumu winning back-to-back, but for the first time since 2014, Chelsea got a deserved win, and it was a brilliant game for Chelsea fans. Caicedo scored one of the goals of the season, and sasa saizi Chelsea imeshinda without Cole Palmer. So for those ones who are saying Chelsea is Cole Palmer FC, I think right now they have been proven wrong, but still bado kuna issues hapo kwa backline ya Chelsea. But anyway, wacha tupatie Kelonga tuambie because ndio mkubwa wa Chelsea.
Thank you very much. Been waiting for this time. Waste a lot of time talking about some unnecessary teams and teams that don't matter.
Unaweza dhani hii Chelsea iko na 11 points na wako na 10 points.
Unaweza dhani Chelsea ni world champions, kumbe ni world champions.
Kumbe ni last season.
JB Carragher was calling the world champions a Mickey Mouse Cup, saying that how can you play a competition where the champions of England are not there? So yesterday we faced the champions of England, that is Liverpool, and we actually humiliated them with our dilapidated squad. We had about 8 players injured. Our backline was new players who are coming off from injuries, that is Badiashile and Achempong. At the same time, both of them got injuries in the same game. But it was a masterclass from our coach Maresca. Arne Slot, with his big signings, never managed to scare us in any way. We overloaded Liverpool's midfield. Our midfielders were top class. Caicedo had one of I think he has been brilliant, and everyone is catching up to the train, and they're saying actually Caicedo is the best midfielder in the Premier League.
Alafu Tokiza anatuletea hapa ati Zubimendi. Zubimendi wasn't even the best in Spain. Zubimendi alikuwa huko bottom 5. He wasn't in the top 10.
I was hearing names like Declan Rice.
Mwizi wa Man City alichukua Ballon d'Or.
I was hearing names like Declan Rice, names like Rodri. Who are those? Nobody can less Caicedo boots right now. He's the
even
best.
Ballon d'Or was just stolen.
Yeah, bado ndio kidogo ndo sikubaliana na wewe Boni.
He's the best at what?
As being the midfielder, best midfielding job.
What is he better? What is he better at than Rodri?
Defending, of course, and being stable at the back, protecting defenders, creating.
He's good at winning the ball back, huh?
Winning the ball and also distributing his passes. His passes are top quality.
I think Rodri is better passer than Caicedo.
Are you sure?
100%.
You must be dreaming. You're not
Uh,
watching Caicedo
does
play.
Caicedo does
Don't
he have a
don't.
Ballon d'Or?
He's 21. He can get it.
I don't
Hiyo
see him
Ballon
getting
d'Or
it.
Rodri aliiba ndio inapeanga Jalala hiyo kiburi. Hiyo ni wizi ya Ballon d'Or bana.
Sio
Hiyo Vinicius
kiburi.
Junior.
Sio kiburi. Kama uliochio season yenye tulishinda Champions League, Rodri was very pivotal kwa hiyo team. And the way Rodri was pivotal is not the way Caicedo is as pivotal for Chelsea, unaona?
Please, let me finish talk about Chelsea's win yesterday.
Okay. Do your thing.
Yeah, you're the same guys who were laughing when I told you that we are going to beat, as the world champions, we are going to beat the champions of England. And no team in the world can stop Chelsea unless we ourselves stop ourselves. Because the past two games that we have lost, we were coming from two losses. It was when we were 10-man, and that's because of our inability to read the game that cost us. The game against Manchester United and Brighton. Surely, we were not supposed to lose those games. But anyway, when we are 11 in the team, we are dangerous than any other team, and that's what we showed Liverpool. Salah, I think he got how many touches in that game? I
Hey,
think
Salah
4
missed
touches.
very big chances.
Nimeishi kuambia mambo ya Salah mnashinda Egyptian King nini hapa.
Salah was there to be seen. Isak, we stopped him, though he got an assist. Then Van Dijk, we made him look like
Video vixen.
made him look like a cloud in the field. Konate was nowhere to be seen. He had to be pulled out of the game. Florian Wirtz never started the match, but he came in late on the second half. He just had one moment of brilliance. Then we neutralized him. So we really played well, and Liverpool got humiliated. They lost the game fair and square without thinking that they deserved to take any points. And to make it even better, the new star boy, Esteval, came in and scored the winning goal. It was a great night at the bridge. And, it was a nice performance. Really enjoyed it.
Sorry.
Congratulations to the boys in blue and to Maresca for concocting this win. He saw our strength and how we could match Liverpool. And that is it. Took 3 points, and we're now back in the conversation. People had dismissed us. Now, when our guys come back fit, then the Premier League is not ready for us.
So Kelong, nikuulize Kelong, are Chelsea in the title race ama ni aje? Because this thing has to be well understood after beating Liverpool. Is Chelsea in the title race?
Really, at the moment, I wouldn't say that. I would comment this after the November international break. That's when I can be able to tell you whether we are in our title race or not, because it's highly dependent on number one, our players coming in, those who are injured, and us getting uh, consistent with the wins. I think we can do it. The oppositions we are about to play after the October break is not are not hard opponents per se, though we struggle against small clubs. I would say that's why we lost to Manchester United and Brighton, small clubs. But against big clubs, we play well. So let's see if we are in the competition. But remember, I told you this season I'm not looking at Premier League that much. I'm eyeing for the of that European Cup. That's what I'm eyeing.
Okay, asante sana mzee Kilong. And 30 seconds Kilong, comment about Garnacho's game.
I found it interesting. He played well, according to me. Though I thought he could improve on some bit and pieces of his game, but he was brilliant. There was a penalty that I thought should have been given. It was pushed by Soboslai, but we know Anthony Taylor with Chelsea, he wouldn't give that, and I was surprised even the VAR never checked that moment. So reaction is good. Then his replacement Gittens came in and had a nice cameo. So the boys are almost getting it, especially the left wing. Not really yet there, but not bad. It's starting to, we are starting to see something from the left wing that we have been struggling in the past season.
Okay, asante sana mzee Kilong. And without wasting time, watch out. So let me give Bonnie a chance to skie analysis yake about the Chelsea versus Liverpool game.
It was a big match. I expected to get a draw from the match, but at the end of the day, Chelsea won. I think luck was on their side. Liverpool yesterday they played a very poor game. Salah was marked by Chelsea players. I think Maresca did a good job by studying the Ancelotti game, and that is where he won it. Also, yesterday I saw Chelsea trying to be clinical when it comes to their defense, though it was a bit shaky. Sanchez did a good job there. The midfield was fantastic. Enzo Fernandez, he played yesterday on his defensive position, and that is why he was doing that heavy work. Caicedo, of course, top player. He was playing very well, and that bicycle kick. I think that goal. When I saw that goal, I remember there is a goal whereby Tony Rudiger is called against Brentford in 2022, but Brentford went ahead to win against Chelsea. So I
I
remember
think
that
it
when I
was
saw
you.
that goal. But all in all, Chelsea they won. They were very well. They were playing very good game. I think even the front three led by Garnacho there. Garnacho was doing a good job because he did Conor Bradley a very bad thing. But at the end of the day, he was just given sub. But Chelsea, they are improving, but they are not going to qualify for Champions League next season. Maybe they play conference. Only Sunderland is going to qualify. I'm sorry for that. I'm not sorry.
Boniface amka acha ukula lala amka
Kilong, do you agree with that?
But that was my submission. Well, that was my submission. How I watched the game, the players have said who was top. So why are you saying that? I just gave the conclusion that I don't see Chelsea play in the Champions League next season. Maybe they play for conference. That is where they belong because they're still building that team. So conference, they can play conference. I'm not sorry for that.
Okay, asante sana Bonnie, and without wasting time, watch also ni tupatie Jalala a chance to skia analysis yake ya game. Jalala, how did you see the Liverpool versus Chelsea game? And I know you are supporting Chelsea shingo upande.
Mimi hiyo game nilikuwa nimesema itaenda 2-2, lakini juu nilikuwa naona ni kama sikuwa naona ni kama Chelsea watalose hiyo game, na sikuwa naona kama pia Liverpool wataenda tena game ingine with another loss. Hiyo ni game 3 sasa saa hii ama
3 games in a row.
so nilikuwa naona hiyo ni kama inaweza enda draw, but Chelsea waliweza kupull it off. I mean walikuwa wanacheza game ni kama walikuwa na intent ya kuwin, walikuwa wanataka hizo 3 points. Nadhani Liverpool nimeshinda nikisema si wakali hivyo, si wakali hivyo, na vile wameshaanza kudrop points hivi hawatashinda hii ligi. Nadhani ukiangalia Florian Wirtz hapo pia bado ana struggle ku settle in. Bado Isak hapo nafikiria mara 2-3, lakini huo najua ata come through but not yet so far. So Salah pia ni kuzeeka, anazeeka, so itakuwa tricky. Defense yao pia iko shaky kiasi. Konate, Milos Kakes, kuna venye wako shaky, na Alisson ako na injury sahi, so it's going to be a tough period for them, hopefully waendele ku drop points. I mean, the league is now open. Arsenal wako na 16 points. So yeah, it is very open. I think Arsenal ndo team naweza sema ni ngumu sana ku beat, yani kuwafunga. They are very 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 solid team. They don't really consider a lot of goals. Naangalia goal difference yao, wamefunga mabao mengi, na wengine wako na goal difference ya ni more than ni double digits. Hizi team zingine ziko na single digits, around 3-5. So yeah, Arsenal itakuwa tricky, so unless, lakini Chelsea ni mwana Maresca, sijui kwa nini mimi niliona ni kama alianza game na Enzo Fernandez and number 10. So
Yes, I think this guy Gusto na Caicedo ndo alikuwa wana hold.
Yeah, na niliona ni kama Fernandez alikuwa advanced kiasi. Personally sipendi Fernandez in the advanced position. I don't think he really belongs over there. Nadhani anaweza kuwa very good number 8 box to box, but nadhani angeanzisha Estevao at least hapo hiyo number 10. Maybe tunaweza ona some more creativity from your team, and maybe more of what he can do. Ameonyesha anaweza funga mabao, ameonyesha ako ready, na ako na hiyo hanga, na I think is a very good talent, a potential world class player. So yeah, nadhani ana deserve kuingia kwa hiyo first 11 at least. Tuone team kama inaweza bring in results kama ako kwa hiyo first 11, at least kama Cole Palmer yuko, then anaweza jua at least ako na a solid backup. Cole Palmer akirudi, anajua Estevao atakuwa always hapo ready ku provide. So yeah, nadhani Chelsea labda tu hiyo backline yao nimekuwa tukisema, kuna venye hapo unaangalia the only solid player hapo mimi naweza sema ni Reece James. Hao wengine they are good players but
na Kurela bwana, give him
na Kukurea kweli nimemsahau. So yeah, hao wawili pekee, lakini hao wengine a little bit shaky, but yeah, ni team inaweza pose a challenge, but in the league, like in the league naweza sema you need consistency, na lazima hiyo backline mkuwe consistent, lazima mkuwe at least na a run of games, a run of wins, ndo at least you pick up some points. Once you pick up some points, una create a gap na una build more confidence throughout the team. So wakiweza kufanya hivyo, ama ngoja January transfer window at least uongeza defender hapo, then maybe wanaweza pose a challenge. But for now, yeah, the league is open. Mimi naona ni kama sisi bado pia si tuko hapo kwa hiyo mix. So yeah.
Okay, asante sana Jalala, and before we get to the City game, I also want to talk about Antoine Semenyo. I think Antoine Semenyo this season, he has had a very, very good start. Second top scorer with 6 goals, and on the assist chart, the second with the most assists because he has 3 assists. So those are 9 GAs in match week 7. So the little Jake Long does now this prove that Semenyo deserves a big move because last season, not last season, the season before it started, he was linked to Spurs, but he was overlooked. So Kelong, does Semenyo deserve a big money move? Let's say January or next season.
Mm, for me, Semenyo is good. I wouldn't dispute that. But for me, in a big team, that kind of players whom personally I think only shine on avenues where there's no huge pressure. He's the same caliber with Mboemo, Cunha, Edze. Those are guys who will perform well in low level clubs, but in the big clubs, what the lot pressure we will get to them. So Semenyo, let him just play at Bournemouth, and if he's good, let him take Bournemouth to the Europa League or even Conference League, wacheze Europe kidogo. But him making a move outside there is where his career will start to crumble. Let him stay at Bournemouth, be the talisman over there, no pressure, no competition of limelight, and he can be good for them. But as I could a team where there's a lot of pressure, I think I'm not sure, but I think there are those kind of players ambao outside kuja kwa big clubs they really don't perform. And he looks to me like that kind of a player.
Okay, asante sana mzee Kelong. Let me also hear from Bonnie.
Antoine Semenyo, of course, if it concerns African players, then I will always back them. He's a top player mentality of course, what he is doing at the Bournemouth. I can recommend him to just stay there. As Mzek Long said, he should not just step or think of moving to big clubs because that is where he will just be forgotten. We have seen the struggle that was there during the signing of Alexander Isak from Newcastle. And yesterday we saw how poor he was. On the scale of 1 to 10, I can give him 0.005 because he did nothing. So that is what we always consider when it comes to rating players. But again, Semenyo, let him just remain at Bournemouth. The same way I can say Jaga Grealish must also remain at Everton. He also scored today the stunning winner against the Palace, of course. So those top teams will always waste talents. And of course, Man City, we know they manipulate players with money and then they just give them that bench to stay there. So what I can say is that Semenyo is an African from Ghana, and of course, he's doing good job. Proud of African is our continent, and I'm proud of the Zenj. So we support him fully, and he should remain there. Don't go to big teams; they'll waste you. You saw what happened yesterday against Chelsea playing against Liverpool. Alexander Isak, in that wing, he was doing nothing, and yet he was bought with a lot of money. For what? I don't care about what amount of money he was bought with. I don't care. Same thing we saw against Arsenal playing against West Ham. I don't care about Gyökeres, man. I don't care everything what people are doing out there. I don't care. Man City, they have who? Semenyo must remain in the bottom of the squad. He's an African and I'm proud of him. Sure, very. He scored against Liverpool. He scored against
Fulham.
yesterday. He scored against the Fulham Marco Silva side. So he's good guy. He's a good guy. African players they are really doing a good job. I also saw the Senegal guy today. They are scoring against Palace. So when it concerns Africa and the local football, please we always back them because that is where they get their daily bread. But the hate remains constant. Man City, They manipulate players. We don't care about them. And Chelsea are not going to play Champions League. Conference. Mark those words. Zekilong, I'm not sorry about that. Alex, I'm not sorry. Jalal, I'm not sorry. Your team is very fake. Plastic like one of the Kenyan artists, Kenyan celebrities.
Hey, Boni. Okay, asante sana Boni. Let me also give Jalala a chance to sikia kutoka kwake.
Mi nadhani Semenyo is a good player. Is a good player. But naweza sema the farthest anaweza jaribu hata kuenda labda Spurs. But other than that asijisumbue sana. Anaweza baki tu hapo Bournemouth, aendelee tu kucheza Premier League football, akuwe a hero in Bournemouth. Kama atapata a better move ama kama anaweza jiprove for the rest of this season, akiweza kujiprove na aweza kuonyesha he can be consistent maybe this season and maybe next season, then maybe anaweza angukia another move to Spurs or something, but anaweza baki tu Bournemouth. Honestly, team kama Man U ndo inachukuanga maplayer kama hawa, unaona wako na Mbwemo, wako na kina Kunya, so maybe angeangukia move huko, but yeah, kama ako Bournemouth and is doing fine at Bournemouth, anaweza baki tu hapo, but at the end of the day hata tukisema anaweza baki hapo, unaangalia this is the problem we have, this is the quality of players we have right now. Hakuna ati utaangalia ati kuna very 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 good wingers, amazing wingers, unaona, not as such, but kwa Premier League this is what we are serving, na ndo ma kind of players we are raving about. Ukienda tena Champions League unaenda unakutana na kina Rodrigo, unashanga huku ulikuwa na sifu kina Semenyo. Sasa unaletea competition gani hapo, unaona, but this ndio hiyo ndo mambo ya Premier League. So kama ako Bournemouth, acha kuwa tu hero wa Bournemouth, ashainuka afanye ile kitu anafanya hapo.
Okay, asante sana Jalala, and saizi hapa as we get close to wrapping up today's show, nitamaliza a bit earlier. We also have to discuss game ya leo, City versus Brentford, and City wamepata the 1-0 victory. Kelong alikuwa hapa a few weeks ago said City cannot defend, that's why he didn't back you even in the top 3, and but today tumeona City wameweza kugrind out a victory in the GTEC Stadium. GTEC Stadium huko Brentford is a difficult place to go to, but City wamekuwa resilient. The good thing is they picked the 3 points, and Erling Haaland can't stop scoring as always, and napenda this guy Nico O'Reilly, so I don't know whether Nathan Ake still has a position because O'Reilly is coming in hot. Also Riders anacheza poa. Ryan Jackie back in the squad for Manchester City. So City wana progress on very well. I think they are taking it a game at a time, and trying to catch up form kidogo kidogo hapa na pale. But anyway, let me hear from you Jalala. Najua leo uliwatch game.
Leo nimewatch hiyo game. Kama kawa ka 3 points on the board, confidence booster. Na ndo hiyo sasa, tuko hapo tunaangalia the league, tunasema tuko 3 points behind the league leaders. Watu walikuwa wanaogopa Liverpool. Nilikuwa hapa the other time nikisema sisi tukipatana na Liverpool tunachapa hiyo Liverpool, so I can confidently say we are in the mix. The league is very open. Easy team unaangalia from number 1 to number around 8, 7, or even number 1 to 10 points gap is still small. Na number 1 to 7 at least ni team zenye zina pose competition, wanacheza vizuri, wako on form. but right now tumeona Crystal Palace wame lose to Everton. So ukiona vitu kama hizi zikifanyika, that's how the league start shaping up. League itaanza kushape up pole pole as we keep going on. Team hiyo ka Crystal Palace wanacheza vizuri, but I think wata end up dropping out a little bit. Nadhani si ta move up a little bit on the table as well. So Man City tunaendelea vizuri. Watu walikuwa wasema tuko na Donnarumma. Tunaona kukick is a challenge kidogo, kama leo alikuwa na ball hapo kidogo kidogo. So tukiweza kuavoid tu vitu kama hizo itakuwa better. I guess Pep Guardiola pia hizo ni vitu yeye mwenyewe anaweza kuwa anaona na ana realize ni aje we kick ball too long, we cheza game yako. Na nadhani pia Donnarumma Pep na wameweza kuelewana, cause Donnarumma na tuko na Haaland as well, so tunajaribu pia kuenda direct sometimes, so it is a little bit better. But the thing yenye naweza sema ni ati na feel ni kama bado tuko reliant on Haaland kufunga mabao. I think tunahitaji more goals from the wingers, from midfielders. We need other players to chip in with goals. Juu Haaland akienda down, then we are in trouble. Unaona, itakuwa another problem. Hopefully Mamush atakuwa back soon. Sijui when, but hopefully atarudi back soon. That's another player that we need in the forward line. Juu Doku na Savinho na Bob, I'm still not getting the numbers I want to see. Sioni kama wana provide as much as they're supposed to. I feel like if you're going to be title contenders or be chasing for the title, I feel like all these players, our wingers, our strikers, our midfielders, they all have to be scoring goals at least, and some of them need to at least have double digits in goals. And when I look at that forward line, I'm struggling to see that. Naona tu Haaland, naona tu some hope in Haaland. I mean, Foden amerudi na ako form yake is not as bad, but he's getting in the positions. We just need the finishing. We just need him to be more clinical. Na kani vile nimekuwa tu nikisema Haaland na Foden akiweza kuchip in pia as well this season with some goals, at least afike double digits and assist as well, then we'll be in the contention. But as long as our players provide the goals, then we'll be struggling.
Okay, asante sana Jazala. Wonderful submission also. Wacha tusikie kwa Boni before we close the show. Boni, what's your take on today's game? City versus Brentford at the GTEC Stadium. Boni on mute.
As I said, Man City form dropped since they stole that Ballon d'Or. So they are really struggling. You can see, and also the exit of Kevin De Bruyne also affected the entire team. And I think he was the only player who was very serious in that team because of the assists that he was giving. And they are kind of struggling like this season. And also managers, they did a good investigation and came out with a good plan on how to stop Man City. There was a time when Man City was scoring 7 goals, 8 goals. Even me, when my team was facing Man City, I was even crying because that team could even score 5 goals, 7. I remember there's time they stunned Burnley 8-0. So that time Man City was very prime and they had good players. The likes of Ryan Mahrez, the likes of KDB were there. I think they were top. They were top. But now managers, they have discovered Pep Guardiola's tactics and the style of play. That is why they can be held to a 2-2 draw by Monaco. That was a big shock. And of course, we are celebrating the drop, the drop and also fall of Man City, a team that uses money. Money cannot buy everything. Money cannot buy goals. Money cannot buy trophies. So we don't care. Let the team drop. Let the team drop. And that was just a luck win against Brentford. I also watched Haaland post match conference interview, and he said that he has learned on how to score with different goalkeepers, but I don't buy that. He's just lucky. He is not a top player. Man City, they are doing nothing. So that was a luck win, but we don't rate Man City right now. The only team that I'm trying to support, but I'm not their supporter, but because of the kind of players they have with Arteta. But again, the manager is a quack. He doesn't know how to utilize players. So you have players and you cannot utilize them. Again, Thomas Frank in Tottenham Hotspur, that is a team to watch because he's a good manager who knows how to uh, play players in different positions. So Spurs, Arsenal, they are there. Man City, we don't know them. Man United, relegation. Chelsea, conference. Liverpool, they cannot win it.
Okay, okay. Asante sana Boni. And before we wrap up the show, let me give a shout out to everyone who is watching me on Facebook. And I see the likes zenye mmenipea hapo na comments. Thank you. Gabriel Njulu, Leo TV, Samuel Gidinji, Anne Lorena, JC Olekoipa. Thank you guys so much for the like. Thank you for following us. Make sure you subscribe up for Afrique 24 so that we grow the platform. And anytime we have this football show, you guys will be notified. It's on Thursday and Sunday, 10 p.m. Kenyan time. So, watu wa Facebook, tafadhalini consider subscribing to Afrique so that we can grow this platform. People watching me on X hapo Mtembei TV, consider subscribing to Afrique 24. We are not Mtembei, we are Afrique 24. So consider to subscribe kwa hii platform so that we can grow the channel. Otherwise, thank you everyone for watching me tonight. And also the Kenyan Premier League is ongoing, and kuna the I don't know what it's called, the Odinga Trophy or the Odinga at 20, which is set to happen as the season is ongoing. That will consist of 4 teams: Shabana, Gor Mahia, Bandari, and the FC Leopards. And watu wa Shabana, we on top of the table with 7 points. Fuatiliwa Posta Rangers, yes, and also Gor Mahia is good. But as we wrap up the show, naweza taka Boni, kuna mafans wengi wa FC wenye wana watch game hapa, and they are wondering why their team is not performing. Boni, why do you think FC Leopards is performing poor in the league? Tukimalizia show.
Oh, Chingwe chasing their first win since this season. Since 1998, FC Leopards has not won Premier League. They are still struggling. They changed their ownership to now Boniface Ambani. Now Boniface Ambani is the chairperson of the Chingwe, but still the kind of players that they are having, they don't deserve to play in the AFC Leopards. That is why we don't now value the Mashimeji derby that used to be there during the times of Musa Otieno, during the times of Indeche. But now we are having just players playing because they play in the AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia. But the Chingwe, I think they are trying to build up, and maybe there is a term that that comes from players and also fans that the team was cast during 1997 when they sacked one of the managers. I will not say him, but Chingwe still they are struggling. They need to build up. But Bonvezabani, you need to go to South Africa, you need to go to Zambia, you need to go to Tanzania so that you can pick players. In Kenya, we only have few players who can lift Ingwe to win the Kenya Premier League. Considering that the Kenya Premier League is now competitive, we have top teams, the likes of Shabana, the likes of Muranga Seals, and those teams, they are very lethal, the likes of Kakamega Homeboys. So they are playing a good game. And for you to win against those teams, then you need to have top players who can capitalize chances over there, the goalkeeper, the defense. Chingwe still, I watched the game in Andorra. I was in Andorra, I watched the game, but still they need to pull up their socks. The goalkeeper is a quack. So go FC Leopards, they need to build up their team so that they can match Gor Mahia, they can match Tusker, they can match Shabana. The top team to fear in this Kenya Premier League is Shabana. That team has quality players, and also the management is top notch. They collect more than 8 million in every single match played at Gusii Stadium. So players are well paid, management is top. Yeah, so I think, and the Kenya Police, it is tough. FC Leopards, for us to go back and recognize Mashemeji Derby, FC Leopards need to rebuild during the next transfer season.
Okay, asante sana Boni. And Boni, can Brian Michira pick the top scorer of the season 25-26 Kenyan Premier League? Ama ni moto wa karatasi?
The boy is good, but still we can rate that after the 10 outing of the Kenya Premier League. Still it's early, and let's just give them time. But, it's good. Boys are trying, so let them just pull up the socks. But, we need to get more than 20 goals in Kenya Premier League. Just going
Boni, saundi yako inapotea potea. Okay, asante sana Boni. Let me also give Jalala a chance hapo atupatie closing remarks. Fanzo FC wasiseme tulikosa kuongelea.
Mi kwa kawaida mimi sijali mambo ya FC. Yeah, si tunakulanga kuku huku. Hiyo ndo mimi naweza sema, si kula kuku huku. Kogalo siku zote.
Okay, asante sana Jalala. Na mkaze sana Jalala, msicheze na sisi hapo Shabana juu saizi ni kuchapa timu zote kuchapa. Saizi mtu yote anapatana na Shabana anaingiza baridi.
Ai. Hatuogopi baridi sisi. Si tunainuanga railway.
But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for tonight's show, and thank you once again for watu wenye wameniwatch social media. Tupatane on Thursday, but sasa hizi we shift to the international football, so kidogo tunaenda kuboeka for 1 week ndo sasa tu resume. Anyways, thank you for showing up.